Welcome aboard, folks. Well, both in terms of the number of games he has won and the amount of money he has won, Seth is right up there in the top half dozen or so Jeopardy champions of all time. So, Amy and George, good luck to all three of you. Here we go.
Sorry. And go. Hello. Welcome to There's Always Jeopardy with Pat and Jan. How you doing, Jan?
Great, Pat. How are you?
I'm pretty good. What's going on?
It just got like really noisy on my balcony, and I think there's like a windstorm happening. That's the news of the day.
It was snowing pretty violently before, but just in little spurts. Like It was going and then stopping.
No cumes.
Pretty fun stuff. It was just very noisy here. Larry was really upset, but we gave him a cracker, and I think we're going to see how long that cracker holds up.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the whole time we're recording, all I'm thinking about is eating a cracker later. So let's get the show on the road.
Really enjoying that cracker. I wanted to give you a quick tomato sauce update.
I've been thinking of nothing but.
So we had Maggie made pizza yesterday, and it was great.
Oh, yeah.
So that took about a half a bottle. So now we have 7.5 jars of tomato sauce left, and I'll keep you posted as that depletes.
I have a quick cue about the pizza, if I might, because full disclosure, I did see this pizza on Instagram. I follow your lovely wife. Now, I actually wanted to message her, but felt a bit dorky about it, so I'm going to do it now on this live thing.
Well, she's right over there listening. So.
Okay, so I saw that it's 3/4 tomato sauce, but then 1/4 pesto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because, I'm assuming it's Maggie, likes to have part of her pizza to be pesto and part tomato sauce? Like she likes the variation?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
I like pesto fine, but I don't want to mess with it on my pizza.
I love it.
Just give me pizza sauce.
I love a good pesto too, but I gotta say, if I go pesto, like I'm not going back to tomato.
Yeah, well, she's wild.
You married a wild woman, Pat. She's like an onion, man. The more I find out about this lady, the more layers are revealed.
She wild, man. She wild.
She's wild. She's gorgeous. She's talented. Like
tonight for dinner on the menu is and I'm sorry because this is just going to make you think about crackers again, but we're my wife makes very nice like roasted vegetables, so she make a big pan of like potatoes and carrots and some peppers and mushrooms and different things. Like it's really nice. And today, I mean, you always have to like put that with something because that's not a whole meal.
That's a side.
Yeah, but today she said, "What about this for dinner? Roasted vegetables and crackers and cheese."
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, we're just going two sides, kind of.
It's just kind of, you know what it is? It's like
a side and a snack.
It's like a charcuterie board.
Yeah,
it's
a lot like a charcuterie board.
You're doing kind of a light charcuterie dinner.
Yeah, you know, we're just getting fancier and fancier all the time.
You know what? I culture Thursday because it's like French night at your house now.
What is on tap for tonight?
Quiz night.
Oh yes, we do it's trivia night. We
Fun.
Terrence Belazzo, who runs trivia nights all over the city, is now doing them online on Thursday. So we're gonna we did it last week and it was very fun.
Terrific.
We'll do it again this week.
Great. That sounds like a fun night.
It's a fun night.
Yeah.
Fun night. Get the baby to sleep. Do trivia online.
Sounds fun. Sounds like a lovely evening.
I'll tell you what seems like a lovely evening was this episode of Jeopardy.
Did you enjoy this episode?
I did. I did very much. It was so we're 11 games into the Seth Wilson collection and he's just ripping it. And as you can see, he's back in the V-neck.
Love it. I love a casual Seth.
Yeah, just feeling casual, feeling loose.
Feeling
I like
himself,
it.
Yeah.
I like it, and I liked both of these other contestants because because the guy George just smiled through every answer, like he was just having the best time of his life. You see,
handsome man just knows what he's all about.
Particularly when he answered a question about the show Good Times. He was just absolutely tickled about it.
Yes, I feel like he kind of felt like he's representing.
Yeah. Ooh,
like not to be whatever, but like.
Yeah, and then the other contestant there, she went hard, man. She just kept losing her money and going for full daily doubles and all outs. And Alex was having a lot of fun with her being at zero.
Yeah,
at zero.
But you know what I felt? I felt like Alex was really rooting for her. Mm-hmm. Because at a certain point, she just hit kind of a couple of $1,600 questions.
Yeah.
And he was like, whoa, those $1,600 questions are paying off for you. And she's like, well, let's go for it. And then she just kept getting the $1,600 questions. And when she got one, he'd be like, yes. Like, I think he did a full cheer at one point for her.
And she lost all her money on a daily double. Well, the question was about proboscidea?
Yeah.
Yes. And
the Latin name for elephants or something.
Yeah. And but Maggie got that answer. And she just wanted me to tell the show that she did get that answer. She was very happy with it.
What this woman cannot do.
Proboscis, right? Proboscis. They're the trunks, the nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bravo, Maggie.
Let's go through the topics here for Jeopardy. Yeah. Baseball in uniform. Mm-hmm. What the city name means. Pronunciation.
Yep.
Notorious. The blank of blank. And the farmer in the deli.
Cute.
Baseball in uniform was a fun one. You just have a bunch of baseball players in their like World War II uniforms. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. It was fun, but I feel like this was a really tough round.
I think it was a tough round. Also, Seth never ran away with it.
No.
This was one of his lower scoring games for sure.
Yeah, I think he ended up with 12,000 or something.
Yeah, I think just over 13. But George was ahead of him for a while. I'm blanking on this woman's name. Amy. She was ahead of him for a while. Like it was a real game.
It was a real game. And I think too, like sometimes you get those games where it's like nobody really is like none of these categories were really like, yes, you're going to nail this category, or this is all like really general knowledge. We're going to knock this one out really quick. They were moving all over the board. Like nobody was really like latching onto a category. Let's get the hell out of this category. Like literally said that. And I think like everybody was finding this round especially quite difficult. I know I barely got any answers.
It wasn't an easy one. No. Double Jeopardy, Oktoberfest, Talking Trash, which I thought was a funny category. It was just all
garbage synonyms.
Yeah. Rubbish, U.S. Museum, the time of your life, the times of your life, deadlines, and which was lines from literature and things about being dead, and who ordered the mammal.
Yes. Now there was something funny that happened in deadlines, and I guess this must happen because they've had like I don't know a quadrillion Jeopardy episodes, but they used a clue in a Final Jeopardy a few weeks ago that we saw on this episode, the opening line from Camus' The Stranger. And I know that because I got it, much to my own surprise, then immediately went on Twitter and announced that I got it. Which just tells you a little bit about who I am.
That's from a more recent episode of Jeopardy?
Yeah, it's within the past like 5 weeks because I do remember like being in isolation when I watched that episode.
Right.
So I wonder, I'm just like, how often do they reuse questions?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to happen. especially like they have a big deadline to meet, and Alex is coming in, and he's all mad, and he's like, "We got enough questions?" And they're like,
"Let's get that Camus one back."
He just handed him some old ones that were still on the table, and he's like, "Fine, we got them."
Sure. I'm sure they just write them all on cue cards too.
Yeah,
they just hand it to them.
Cue cards, and they're just sitting on a table until you need them again.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Hey, we've both written for sketch shows. Like, how many times have you kind of had a mediocre idea for a sketch that didn't go anywhere, and then kind of went like, well, I'll try this one again?
Oh yeah. A million times.
Yeah.
A million times. And for like, I would have another job and be like, well, nobody liked this one at the last job, but what about this? And sometimes it pops. Rarely. It just looks like you did something.
Look, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, right?
Yeah. And you miss the same shots when you take them over and over.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't even matter. Sometimes you're never even invited to play the game. So
no, rarely invited to play the game anymore. Should we take a look at the stories?
Oh, yes, please, because there's some fun ones.
Yeah, this is fun.
George Lyle is a security risk analyst from Lafayette, Indiana, who once lived and worked in a country that I just heard this morning has the tallest people on average, the Netherlands.
And they made sure to tell me. I had one guy walk up to me and he says, "Oh, you must not be a Dutchman, huh?" Because he was about 6'5" and I'm only 5'10" and a half, so...
Okay, now what were you doing in the Netherlands?
I was interning for the Yugoslavia Tribunal that was set up by the United Nations to prosecute war criminals from that conflict in the 90s.
Okay, well, good to have you with us on the program. Amy Pistone from Ann Arbor, Michigan. When you were studying abroad, not in the Netherlands, I take it, you decided to run a marathon. Where was this?
Yeah, so I was studying in Athens, and I didn't know if I would ever be in Athens during the marathon. It's sort of the original marathon course from Marathon Beach to the Panathinaike Stadium there, and I'd never run more than 7 miles at a go before that, but I figured this might be my only chance and did it. I was sore for a while after that, but I ran the whole thing.
Well done. Good for you. Seth Wilson, as I indicated at the beginning of the program, is one of our most successful players on Jeopardy. And he has, as you might imagine, a little ritual like athletes that he gets involved with before he appears on our program. What do you do?
I have a playlist that I listen to as I'm getting ready before I come on the show. It's selections mostly from the Top Gun and Karate Kid soundtracks, and some football fight songs as well.
Okay, well, obviously, it's working. Save that playlist, and maybe you can rent it out to other players in the future. But right now, you're in command of the board, Seth. Go ahead.
City name for 1,000.
So great.
Yeah, a lot here. There's a lot here. For starters, George, who's a very jovial guy, had a really real job. Like a United Nations really serious job.
Yeah, tribunal stuff.
Yeah, what I don't know here for sure is he making a joke? Is he making a joke that people didn't know that he was from the Netherlands because he's 5'10"? Or is it because he's a black man?
Sure. That didn't spring to mind. Maybe.
Yeah.
What got me about this interview is that I have a lot of questions. So did Alex find out this tidbit about the Netherlands, about them being the tallest nation in the world, independently, see this Netherlands tidbit, and then go, I have a fun fact about the Netherlands? Then George, on the fly, brings out this story when he was intending to talk about his work with the tribunal against war crimes or whatever. And then Alex was like, no, let's just talk about tall people. And then moved on. It was kind of brutal.
Yeah. I'm not totally sure what happened there because he could have gotten that information from George or from somewhere else, but it was really interesting, and his and the way he just sort of got out of it was abrupt.
It was a weird flex. Like it was weird.
And then Amy just I liked her because she just laughed too much about when Alex asked her if was like, I assume not in the Netherlands. There's nothing funny about that.
Oh, Alex. You're the king of drollery.
And yeah, she ran a marathon, the original marathon spot. Pretty good.
Let me ask you something, Pat. Do you think that is a big deal?
Do I think that's a big deal?
Yeah, like if you were in Greece and it was like, oh, the marathon is coming, I could run the original marathon. Would you consider it?
No.
Me either.
No, come on.
I think this is why Amy Pistone is a better person than I am.
Yeah.
But it feels like I'm like, oh, I would walk around a bit, but it's like I ran the original marathon. I don't know. Maybe that is a big deal. Maybe I'm a jerk.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like it sounds cool. I guess. But to me, a marathon's a marathon. I mean, it's like it's impressive that you finished it. Yeah. I don't care that it's from Marathon to the Athens or whatever.
Yeah, I'd also just rather be eating a hamburger.
100%. Or if I'm in Athens, probably Greek food.
Yeah.
So a lot of the good burger places where I grew up were Greek people. So
yeah,
maybe I would go there for a hamburger.
Yeah, I grew up. I lived for a very long time, still kind of do, in Greek town. And there was a burger place run by these two very old Greek men called Square Boy. And their motto was 4 bites more, because their burgers were square. So you would get the corners. Anyway, really good burgers. If you're ever in the Danforth Jones area.
Yeah, check out Square Boy. Square
Boy, everybody.
And speaking
of sponsored content.
Speaking of a Square Boy, sad story here. Said he listens to the same playlist every day with Top Gun soundtrack and the Karate Kid soundtrack and some football fighting songs, which is, of course he does.
Yeah. He's just rocking out to On Wisconsin.
Of course he does.
Do you think that this is a playlist on Spotify yet?
Oh, it should be.
We should research that.
It should be. I mean, this is Seth's time. Like, I know we're watching this and we're talking about it, but also, as Seth was saying when he was on our show, his collection happens to be featured on Netflix while everybody's home around the world. So Seth's a big deal right now, and I think he should get his playlist on Spotify, is what I think.
Yeah, well, because even Alex was like, you can, rent that out to future players. And it's like, put that on Spotify. Have the Seth Wilson Spotify collection.
And there have to be enough superstitious Jeopardy players that they're like, I'll try anything.
I'm just trying to remember, because I don't even know if I've seen The Karate Kid, but was that like, let's go down. Yeah. Oh, I feel like there was some like air karate involved getting ready.
Yeah. I feel like before he left the house, he got his girlfriend to confirm that he's the best around.
I feel like I might start doing that.
Hey, I'm the best around, right?
Am I the best around? Nothing ever gonna bring me down,
right? Anyways, great stories today. Or fun for their own reasons. And Final Jeopardy. The topic was Christianity. Did you get this?
I sure did.
Yeah, this was an easy one. It was Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was telling Maggie today, like, I was raised Catholic. Well, here's Larry.
Larry.
Like I said, I never advertised that Larry's on the show, but he's so much more famous than any of us.
I really do feel like I might get bumped by Larry at some point. Listen, Jan, it's been great, but Larry wants second billing, and we just don't have the budget for 2.
Yeah, that's good. You don't lurch at the computer. You don't try to touch things that you're not supposed to touch. Oh, you are. Okay.
Been holding back for so long.
Anyway, I was telling Maggie that Palm Sunday is probably the only thing I miss about being Catholic. Because you get to walk away with a little thing,
Yep, a little treat.
Yeah, and that really meant something to me when I was a little kid. I was like, they gave me something.
Now, did you, because what my family would do is every Palm Sunday, my mom or dad would like gather all our palms because they were blessed. We couldn't throw them away. And my uncle would make us all little crosses.
Oh,
kind of origami crosses. And then they would like live in the car or live in the kitchen or whatever. Did you do anything with them?
They would already come as crosses at our church.
Oh, you probably went to a better church than we did.
But sometimes they would. They would already be crosses. And I think that was a really special thing that we had.
Yeah. You went to a very classy church. Mine, they just basically like threw the palm at you and then you went like, you want communion? It's buffet.
Okay. I wanted to talk about a special thing that we're doing tomorrow. We're going to talk about what our Jeopardy stories will be. And I think the way that we should structure this, because I posed this question on Facebook one time, what would your story be? And that's if, and the stipulations I gave were that if you could control what Alex says to you, like how he asks you, and what you would give, like if you were just in control of how it played out, what is it?
Right.
And we're gonna have a very special guest, Jeremy Woodcock, on tomorrow because he told me what his Jeopardy story would be, and I love it. So.
And he's such a good human. He's such a good, funny human. I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Comedian Jeremy Woodcock, and 3 Jeopardy stories. So.
It's gonna be like an actual episode of Jeopardy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just for that little part, but yeah.
No, I'm making a board.
Anyways, I'm excited to see what happens with Seth tomorrow. I think his reign is winding down here.
Yeah, is tomorrow the last one? Do we know? I haven't looked ahead, but I think he said 12 games.
Yeah, I haven't looked ahead either, but I think that I don't know if they have the one where he loses. So yeah, okay. I think Dan our producer just told us it's 13 episodes. So yeah, he would win tomorrow and then lose on the next one.
And then it's just going to be a manic Monday for us.
Yeah, it's going to be a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
But maybe he was maybe that game's won by somebody that we're going to fall in love with right away.
Maybe.
I know. I don't believe it. I'm just saying it.
I know. That's because you're the eternal optimist. You're a glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to be. Well, I don't know. Should we wrap it up there, Jan?
Yeah. Does Larry have anything he'd like to add?
No, he's really teething today.
Oh, bless him. Well, I wish him well. I hope that tooth just pops right out of his gums.
Me too.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Larry, or just make any kind of noise. Okay, he gave us like a.
Well, Pat, to you and the rest of you, I'd like to say as well. And there's always Jeopardy.
All right, have a good one.
I'm Seth Wilson. Be sure to watch There's Always Jeopardy at 6:30.
Although it was not a runaway for Seth in yesterday's game, he was